Hi guys, it's Tim here from Aqua for Music. A few weeks ago I did a rather hasty cover of Russians by Sting. It seemed really relevant to what I was watching on the news, and it had been going around my head all day, and I've always loved that song. I thought it's beautiful. A lot of people have asked me for a tutorial or chords or how to play it, so the chords are freely available on the internet. That's how I found out the general structure, but I did arrange it in quite a different way from how Sting originally played it. So here's how I did it. I'm using a Capo on the 3rd fret of my guitar. Feel free to move that around to match your voice. I think this is the original key though. I am singing it an octave down from where Sting sings it. I do like singing it high, but the mood I was in when I recorded it was definitely that kind of much more reflective kind of feel. So that's where I'm going to be playing it. The song with the Capo on is based in A minor. We're going to be using a lot of that chord, and I'm basing a lot of the song on an A minor add 9 chord. That's an open A string, 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G, and then an open B and an open E string. So the song comes in really in a few different chunks. There's no real chorus to it. There's kind of 3 verses, and Sting kind of repeats bits of the verses as he goes through. So let's do chunk A. We're going to use the first part of chunk A. We're going to use it a lot, and it's based around this A minor add 9 chord. So we start off with the A minor add 9. I'm going to pick, starting on the G string, so quite a high bass note. Then, starting on the D string. Then the G string with my first finger, B string with my second finger, and E string with my 3rd finger. Then I'm going to turn that into an A minor add 9 bass G, just by dropping that lowest note down 2 frets, so they're both now on the 5th fret. Same thing with the right hand. That's an A minor add 9 bass G. We're going to drop that note again down to an F. So now it's an A minor add 9 bass F, bit of a mouthful. Same thing with the right hand. We're going to go back up to the bass G and back up to the A minor. So that sequence happens quite often in this song, and it sounds like this when you put it together. The A minor on its own, A minor bass G, A minor bass F, A minor bass G. For the intro of my recording, I just did that 3 times in a row, just to kind of establish the key of the song, but you don't need to do that. So that is going to be the first part that we learn. Let's call it section A. And section A, the first time we hear it, has a different ending. It has a D minor sequence. It's got a D minor sus2, or you can do a full D minor. I'm going to keep that top string, that E string open. You'll see why in a minute. Same pattern with my right hand. Thumb first, 2nd, 3rd. Then I'm going to go to an E minor chord, again staying on the same strings. Then an F major 7 chord, that's 3, 2, 1, 0. And then a G6 chord, I'm just going to take the same shape and slide it up by 2 frets. You'll notice that that high E string is open all the way through those chords. There's the D, E minor, F major 7, G6. You get to a nice kind of coherency between those 4 different chords. So we couple that with the first section. This is all of section A. A minor bass G, A minor bass F, A minor bass G, D minor, E minor, F major 7, G6. And I'm using the same thumb right hand pattern all the way through that. With the melody you get this. In Europe and America, there's a growing feeling of hysteria. So that's section A. Section B is very similar. It starts off identical. The A minor sequence is no monopoly of common sense. That's not the right words, but you get the right tune. The second half of section B, though, is slightly different. We go to an E7 or an E bass G sharp. Because I'm keeping the bass notes quite high, I'm actually just using the top 3 strings of the guitar. With my first finger on the first fret of the G string. Then to an A minor. Same right hand pattern there, first, second, third, second. And then an E sus4 or an E7 sus4. And then an E7. So this is section B. We do that same first bit. Then the E7 bass G sharp, A minor, E7 sus4, E7. And I'm not too worried about which notes I'm picking there, whichever ones sound good. So if we do section A and section B together, here's section A. In Europe and America, there's a growing feeling of hysteria. Section B. Conditioned to respond to all the threats and the rhetorical speeches of the Soviets. So there's section A and section B. Section C goes to the major key. We go to a C major. It sounds like this. We've got a C first. A whole bar of C this time. We're not changing every 2 beats like before. And then a whole bar of E7 bass G sharp. This time I'm going to use a different shape for it. We use this D major shape, slid up 2 frets, thumb round onto the low E string on the 4th fret. We get this lovely E7 bass G sharp. And again, that's for a whole bar. I'm using thumb on the low E string, first finger on the D string, second finger, first finger, third finger, first finger. But you can use any pattern you like really with your right hand. Then we go to an A minor. I'm going to use that same A minor add 9, but I'm going to use the low A string now to get that bass a bit deeper. Just going down towards the floor and back up again with my right hand. Then I'm going to an E sus4 and then an E7. So I'm playing that up here, this time slightly different place. I'm playing 0, 7, 7, 7 and then switching to 0, 7, 6, 7. You could equally well play it down here, a bit more familiar. Sounds just as good, I just happened to play it up there before. So this is section C all together, a whole bar of C, whole bar of E7 bass G sharp, whole bar of A minor, then the E sus4, and then the E7. That's section C, and then section D, the final part of the verse, is very like the first bit. There is a slight change at the end for the first verse. We go back to the A minor, A minor bass G, A minor bass F. And at the end of the first verse, we don't do the full section A again. We do a kind of shortened version, just the D minor, the E minor, and then an A minor. So the whole of the first verse, which is section A, section B, section C, and then a short form of section A again. Here we go. In Europe and America, there's a growing feeling of hysteria. Section B, conditioned to respond to all the threats and the rhetorical speeches of the Soviets. Section C, Mr. Khrushchev said we will bury you, but I don't subscribe to this point of view. Section A again with the short ending. It would be such an ignorant thing to do if the Russians love their children too. That's the whole of the first verse. Then we do the whole thing again. Verse 2. The only difference is right at the end we do the whole of the section A. So the sequence then becomes section A, section B, section C, and then all of section A to finish it. So here's verse 2. How can I save my little boy from Oppenheimer's deadly toy? There is no monopoly of common sense on either side of the political fence. We share the same biology, regardless of ideology. Believe me when I say to you, I hope the Russians love their children too. That's all of verse 2. Very similar to verse 1 with a slightly simpler in some ways. Ending is the same as we started it with. And that is the bulk of the song. Everything else where Sting is singing is a bit of that repeated again. When I play the second verse, though, I often don't bother doing the A minor 9, A minor add 9 up here. I often do an A minor, normal A minor down here to get a bit of a deeper bass note, and that bit would sound like this: an A minor, I'm just using thumb, first, second, third, on my right hand. Then an A minor bass G, using my little finger to get that G note. Then my thumb to get the F note. Back up to the G. And that gives you a little bit kind of a deeper sound for the later verses. We've also got the interlude that comes after the second verse, which is straight from Prokofiev. Absolutely fantastic tune. The da, da, You've got two options here. You could sing the melody like I just did there, in which case you're going to be playing these chords: A minor, A minor bass F, A minor bass C, A minor bass E, then A minor again, A minor bass F, A minor bass C, and then something bass B. I'm kind of just borrowing the finger from the A minor and switching it over to the A string. I'm not sure what I'd name that chord. It's kind of an A minor bass B, but we've also got a D in there. Tell me what you think. That means you can sing the melody on top of that. Da, 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 or you could actually play the melody. I didn't do this on the recording because I did it very hastily, but it sounds okay when you do it. Put the tab on the screen. We can do the... Put the tab on the screen there, you can figure that bit out. It loses a little bit of the rhythmic element because we lose all those quaver notes, but you can actually then have the melody on a different thing from your voice, which works quite nicely. And then after that interlude, we go back into verse 3. There is no historical precedent. That's a different tune if you're going to sing it, but the accompaniment part is identical to verse 2. Then we do another interlude. Then we jump in halfway through the verse into that section C. A major section for one more time through. The guitar part is exactly the same, but you've got this lovely delay in the vocal part. We do that. Share the same biology, regardless of ideology. Now the guitar part here is identical, but the voice just delays the kind of punchline. What might save us, me and you, is if the Russians love their children too. And I'm just finishing on an A minor at the end. You could equally well go back into the interlude there and keep on playing it as long as you want. Get the strings out and add in some orchestral swells. But that is how to play my arrangement of Russians by Sting.